And now a guy who's been extra busy the last couple of weeks, Adam Bullis with sports. Adam?
Thank you very much. Now, a lot has happened since I last saw you. The boys district tournament wrapped up, and it saw De La Salle win it once again, but this time it was not as easy. First, they survived a first-round matchup against Warren Mott. The Marauders had the Pilots on their back with the lead and only a few minutes left to play, but some great play in the clutch by Brian Mitzner sent the game into overtime, and the Pilots never looked back, winning 63-58. Then the other half of the bracket saw Cousino bounce out to a huge lead heading into halftime, only to see Frazier dissolve it and make a comeback, but the Patriots hold on in the end, winning 56-53. Now, round number 2, De La Salle took on Warren Woods Tower. The Titans also had a game plan that took the Pilots to the brink, only to see Greg Essler and his staff not panic and hold on for a 56-52 victory and advance to the finals once again. And then the Patriots took on Roseville with a gimpy Brandon Gouch. Patriots gave it everything and had great play from Troy Cross, only to see the Panthers from Roseville win the game 61-50 and advance for a rematch from last year with the Pilots. Now, after a couple close calls in round number 1 and 2, the Pilots had a close first quarter against the Panthers after Trey Williams dazzled us with 15 points in the opening frame. But De La Salle made the adjustments and hit Mach speed, blowing out Roseville 69-53. Meanwhile, we had a nice story developing over at Grosse Pointe North High School. The East Detroit Shamrocks took care of Lakeview and Lakeshore, easily beating both teams by 20 or more points. They would take on Finney in the finals. Not quite a 20-point win, but make that 17, winning 53-36. Johnny Mills was great for the Shamrocks, and Dave Zahner and the East Detroit Shamrocks win the district title. Both teams would move on to regional bracket at Dakota High School, the Pilots and Shamrocks, that is. First round, and East Detroit would take on Eisenhower. The Shamrocks came out red hot and took the early lead, but it was the second quarter for the Eagles that was the difference. Corey Petros was big presence inside for Ike. This play continued into the third quarter, and the Eagles opened up a double-digit lead. Give the Shams credit, though. They did not give up. Charles Baskin hit some key shots, and East Detroit climbs back into the game, and they would eventually send it to overtime. But the Eagles flew away in the extra 4 minutes, and Eisenhower beats East Detroit 47-45 and advanced to the regional finals. Congrats to the Shamrocks on an incredible season, though. Eisenhower would play the winner of De La Salle and Dakota. A very entertaining first half from both teams, back and forth action in a one-possession quarter. Pilots entered fighter jet mode in second quarter. It was a near perfect quarter of basketball for De La Salle, one of the best executed quarters by a high school team I have ever witnessed. Pilots could not miss on the offense, but then also made big plays on defense. De La Salle scores 20-plus points in the quarter and doubles up the Cougars with a halftime score. Pilots second string plays most of the fourth quarter and win big 69-46. Pilots and Eagles regional final. More of the same from De La Salle. This time they had some suffocating defense. Pilot defense held the Eagles to single-digit points in all 4 quarters. Sterling Johnson led the way for the Pilots as they win big 49-33 and win the regional title for the second straight year. The De La Salle Pilots advanced to the quarterfinals against Southfield at the University of Detroit Mercy this Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Come out and support your Pilots. Now, keeping the De La Salle theme going, the Pilot hockey team reached the Final Four once again, looking for a rematch with the defending champs Trenton. But they would have to get past a very good Midland team and Kenny Babinski. It was back and forth for the first period. Midland got on the board first with a goal, but then the teams traded goals back and forth, with Midland holding on to a 3-2 lead after one period, with Babinski scoring 2 of those goals. Now, Midland will get goals 3 and 4 from Kenny Babinski in the second period, and Midland took a 3-goal lead, but the Pilots would not go away. They answered with a pair of goals, one from Brad Wemmett, assisted by Bill Cool, and then Mr. Cool would find the twine for the second goal, cutting the lead to 1 goal entering the third period. Pilots looking for the neutralizer. Then about 7 minutes into the third, Brian Pike ties the game up for the Pilots, 5-5, and we are headed to overtime. And then nearly 4 minutes into overtime, the Pilots' dreams are shattered. Babinski again on the goal for Midland. He gets 5 goals on the night, including that game winner, and that sends the Pilots home. They lose a heartbreaker 6-5 in overtime. Midland would go on and lose to Trenton 3-2 in the finals. Well, there you have it, a busy week. I know I was off last week, busy with March Madness, so I gave you all the action this week, and it was plenty of highlights, and congratulations to De La Salle. Moving on to the quarterfinals, the hockey team fell a little bit short, but we'll be rooting on the Pilots for the basketball team.
And things are winding down here shortly.
They certainly are.
All right.
Yeah.
It's been a fun winter.
Yes,
All right.
it certainly has. Looking for some good weather.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, guys.
And that will do it for us. If you have any questions, comments, or story ideas, you can give us a call at 586-258-2011 or email us at tvwarnews@yahoo.com.
And remember to watch our weekly news headlines on the web at www.cityofwarren.org.
Take care, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.